Welcome back to Frontier for episode 7 with me, MrSealyp. We're back here on Frontier and I'm working, still on the agro-industrial cooperatives payroll is the best way of putting it. We're heading out because we've got to do liming on the plots and we've got to do the seeding. Once that's done, we're done for them for the time being. We'll see what happens as far as crops go. I'm not sure what crops I've got to put in the ground for them yet, but we'll put some crops in the ground. There's a couple of things I forgot to mention in the last episode. I have spoken to Nico, and not in trouble, not not exactly. He was very polite and very friendly about it. But it was put in the original message that I had to try to avoid compaction of the ground as much as possible to keep it as oxygenated as I could. And I kept driving over it in my pickup and stuff, or in my Jeep. That's what the point of this was, to spread the weight and not cause problems. So yeah, that was on me. Plus, the other thing I forgot to mention as well, because we're right up by here, the agro-industrial cooperative is not a made-up thing. The big facility right ahead of us there is the agro-industrial cooperative, and the first part of the message, and I didn't read it all out, and I should have done. I said I wouldn't read all of it, but the agro-industrial cooperative, when everything was fine and dandy outside the walls and before contamination of the ground and before it all became windswept and interesting, it ran as a normal agricultural cooperative. It was a wealthy company. It ran well, and farmers bought all their crops there. But obviously, over time, business has dwindled. People don't come out the wall very often, and they don't come out here to bring their crops and store them. The train comes out and comes past there, but it's not really part of what's going on inside the wall. So they're struggling. I mean, financially, they're struggling. And they're worried the business is going to go under. It's a massive facility out there. So the plan is, what they're hoping for is if we can get these test plots working and running and operating as they should be or could be, that crops outside the wall can be bought there and they can start being productive again and sort of making a bit more money. That's hopefully the plan. So what I'm going to do is lime these first, and then we'll come out and we'll seed them. I've still got to, I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow now. I did clear this plot here. I say clear this plot. This section here where I said about driving past, I said about either putting another route in or I'd clear this, because where I've got to take this to, the concrete block factory, is full of sand at the moment. I can't take any more. So what I thought I would do is just push it all into a pile to one side. So the pile that I'd already made, I just kind of pushed this all up. So we have got a gap here that runs round and through, and I did a little bit more tidying up over there, so it's all looking good. Actually, that plough can go back now. They don't need that. My trailer's still here. So tonight I'll be camping out here, ready for the morning, when we kind of potentially something on the roof. Well, I need to put some more in there. Actually, I need to fill that up, because hopefully by the morning some of the sand will have gone from the concrete block factory and I can put some more in there. So the other thing I need to do now is just put these away so I can do the seeding and the liming, and then once it gets into the first growth stage we can whiz back over at some point, get these turned back on again, get them to do one rotation round. By that point as well, hopefully there'll be a bit more of the diluted fertilizer, the Testicide should be done. So what I want to do now is that. This is a tricky one, isn't it? Because, oh yeah, that'll be alright actually, because it will still spread. It just means I won't catch on the boom while I'm doing it. So that's the plan here. So yeah, I mean, you've seen a person spread the line before. This is a brilliant bit of kit. Not bad horsepower either. I do like this. This one is, it's a modded one, I can't remember now. But it's rented by the agro-industrial co-op, not by me. So let's turn that on. Let's get going. Start the engine, that'd be a good idea. And then we can get cracking. Why is that not going? Oh, there we go. That was weird. I've got a funny feeling we're going to get through this quite quickly, but I should be able to knock the scale down The agro-industrial have leased, which one is it? It's a Vedestat A800? I'm sure it's the A800 they've got. I've got to go and collect it in a minute. They've paid for the seed and fertiliser. It's not on me. Like I say, this is not mine. The crop on this won't be mine. I'm just helping them out. Blimey. Isn't it weird? I go around the edges of fields and stuff all the time when I'm doing stuff, but not round in a circle. It's a curious one. Actually, it's not using as much slime as I thought it would. Yep, gone too far in. There'll be a couple of bits I need to neaten up, but what a horrendous mess. I'll see you in a minute once I've got this done. There are a couple of baling contracts I've got my eye on. The only problem I've got at the moment is because I don't have anywhere to put them. If I do baling contracts now, because I'm now a citizen, if you missed that in the last episode, I'm a citizen now. I'm a citizen. I can buy stuff, I can buy land, I can buy machinery and equipment. It doesn't mean any contracts I do, I get to keep all the money and I get to keep everything from it. So I thought some baling contracts now. If I'm going to get a farm of some description, keeping all of the bales is not a bad investment, especially if it's silage bales. So you've got a bit of something there which you could sell if you need to at some point. But it's always good to have a few crops and things stored away for feeds and that kind of thing. Again, if you want to go down that route. So yeah, I've got mine a couple. I might do them anyway. Whoa. Well, that's one partially done. We'll just go and do that last little bit there. I'll move over to that one and that one over there, and then we'll get on and we'll get the seeding done. The light's going really quickly, but I suppose we are November, so I guess it would. Back at the store, liming's done. We've got an A800 BD multi-fruit. Seeds there, just load up the seed. I think it does 4,700 litres, and they've got 5 bags, so we'll just top those up. Oh no, it's a split, isn't it, between... We don't need to fertilise because we've got the Testicide going on the ground. So I think the crops we've got to put in the ground, Nico has said they want... It's going to be interesting actually. We're going to do... Oh, I think wheat was going to be one of them. But we're doing corn, sugarcane, and I think one's a wheat or barley one, or it might even be oats. It doesn't matter. It's going to be one of those type crops. So let's put that on. The only downside with this, a little bit like a telehandler, because it's tracked. It's an half turn quick. You have to be quite careful on the controls with this, especially when it gets up to speed. Because it gets up to 37, it's a little bit light on the skids. It's very easy to overcorrect. I'm going to go out the normal gate, I think. Saves me having to open and close because the main gate's open already. Just that's how lazy I've got. Lazy farming with MrSealyp. I have to remember to stay over. The problem I've got is when I keep seeing the sand on the ground, I keep moving over to the middle of the road. It's always a danger of clipping oncoming traffic. Okay, let's hop out. So hop out. There we go. Try and keep that a gradual turn. It's quite tricky. There's a new set of, I know it doesn't, so it doesn't affect me. The whole, people still message me and asking me about the Saytech or Logitech heavy equipment side panel. Does it work yet on PS5? Don't get me started on that again. PS5, PlayStation 4 version of the game, it works. PlayStation 5, PS5 version of the game, it doesn't. But there's a new company. What was the name of them? Let me just double check something, because it was on a blog post today. There was some more information came out today. It depends actually when this post from Gamescom. Giants put some new stuff out. My mind's blanked. What was it called? Hori, HORI, Farming Vehicle Control System for PC. Unfortunately, I mean the Logitech one, which had previously been Satec, was never supposed to work on console, but it did, and then now it doesn't. But yeah, the Hori, HORI, Farming Vehicle Control System. Wheel, pedals, and then a joystick, like a proper control joystick, and like a throttle control. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks a little bit cheaply made. It looks, I don't know. Actually, while I'm talking about this, I'm just going to click on the link. It says Amazon, go to shop. Wow, okay. It's $369.99 in Great British pounds. That's quite a lot of money. All in the middle, control. I mean, it looks cool, but it's so frustrating. Unless, of course, I noticed that thing off. It's for PC. I wonder how it plugs in. It would be the bizarrest thing if it did work. I can't afford to spend 370 quid just in case it works. Because if it doesn't, oh, it's a gamble. I mean, it was a gamble when I bought the Logitech, because someone had messaged me, so it does work on PlayStation, and I thought, oh, I'll get one and give it a go, and I was amazed when it did, and then no, it doesn't. So I've got a rather expensive paperweight, but no, it couldn't, could it? Just trying. Sorry, I know I'm kind of looking at the side while I'm doing this, but it doesn't really show. Trying to see on the pictures, it doesn't show the cabling, how it connects, whether it's a USB. That would be amazing. I mean, the joystick and the panel to the side looks like it's got so many different buttons. I think on PC it's configurable, but that would be pretty cool. It's got a steering knob on the steering wheel. Looks like it's got lights and indicators, and light and indicator stalk on the picture as well. Oh man, it's cool. And what I'll do, this video, I'll put a link in the description just in case. I haven't got a what's it called? I haven't got a link or a code. This is not. I'm not being sponsored to do this. Just like I say, I play on console. It's not going to affect me in the slightest. But if you're on PC and you're interested, like I say, it does look cool. It's just how well it works, anyway. So yeah, this one corn, next one sugar cane, and then the last one I think will be a wheat barley or oats. I think will go into that one. We could do sorghum, but then that's not going to give us. I don't know. I'll speak to Nico, see what he thinks. There'll be a reason why they've picked these crop types, I would imagine. So we are spiraling out of control. Again, it just feels very weird. Normally, let's say you follow a field edge and you might go around a few curves, but I don't think I've ever seeded, planted in a circle. Yeah. I know it's not a major. It's not a major thing, but it's Hope I don't get too dizzy. I'll probably see. Oops. No, can't leave that. I'll probably see you tomorrow now. That'll be November 2, I think. Hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep out here in the desert. I'll have this done. Oh, it needs to be rolled, won't it? I'll need to roll this. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Because it needs to be rolled, but obviously the earth... Don't want to compact the earth too much, just want to roll... I suppose the roller being very wide-spreading, and a vehicle like this that's got tracks, or you've got something with flotation tyres or something like that to reduce compaction, all you're doing with a roller is just squashing down that very top layer. You're not... Because you're spreading the weight, you're not putting enough weight down to compact underneath, just on top. That's how it works, isn't it? We're into November too. It's 8:12 in the morning. Sun's just come up. So what the noise in that tent? There's a little generator running. Blimey, it's noisy. I've switched back to our bank account. We're done here for the time being for the agro-industrial cooperative. I've loaded everything up this time. I've even hooked my little low loader onto the back of the trailer. And this is all leased. I don't own any of this. We're off in search of land. Land to buy. We're going to become property owners. I've got an idea of the plot I want. Oh, I've changed the tyres again. I've been going through various different sets, trying out different ones that give me best traction and don't slip and don't jackknife and will go all over the place. And this seems to be, at the moment, the best one I've found, at least for the combination I'm running in. So, you know, why not? Let's head on and we'll go through the main gate, I guess. It's nice being a citizen, not having to have everything checked and double checked and go for interviews and that kind of stuff. So, two plots. One was the cow farm, but that is something like 850 grand. You get a load of fields, and the other one is a little farm next to it. But I think the farm next to it, or the other side of the river, is horses. And I can't remember how many horses come with the farm. Say farm, ranch. We're going to buy a ranch, I think. Thanks to everyone that's been messaging. I have been obviously on the map for a while now, and I'm quite a few hours in, and I've been doing a lot of searching around and stuff like that, and people have been messaging me saying, are you aware of this plot here and this plot there, and were you aware this is here and that's there? Some yes, some no, and thank you to everyone that's been messaging to make me aware of various different things. So I was looking at, I'm thinking possibly as well, the pallet production. Well, I'll have a look and see how expensive it is about buying Palico, and then what I can do, actually I don't own any land now, do I? Because they took the land away from me. I wonder if there's a cheap plot of forestry, and I can get do a bit of logging, get some lumber in there and get some pallets made, because whatever production we look at, if we decide to do any productions at any point, we're going to need pallets. We can buy pallets off pallets, but I just sort of bring everything on. Now, as you saw right at the start, have I mentioned it? I don't think I have. The two baling contracts I did. No, I said I was going to do them, didn't I? I said I was going to do them. Well, I did them overnight. Between November 1 and November 2, I did them both. And because I already had my eye on this property here, Mossy Pine Ranch. I dumped off the bales here because I didn't have anywhere else to put them. I could have taken them out with me all the way out there, but I thought, you know, it makes more sense to dump them here. The only downside is because I did all that work for the authority and cleared all the dirt, this property had a load of dirt here on the road, which I suppose, now thinking about it, had I bought the land with that on it, I could have sold that, but I wouldn't have made a huge amount of money on it. So this is the property I'm thinking of buying. A couple of little barns, farmhouse. I think we have to put a workshop trigger on. I don't think this comes with a workshop in here. I think it's got a silo on it as well. Oh, metal. Oh, that's cool. We can take that and sell that. Make a little bit of money on that. Yeah, we've got a silo on here. And then we've got horses. Yes, I dropped off. I had hay bales from one contract and silage bales from another. So I've dropped those off. They were left over from the baling contract. Bit of barn space. Do we have to start off with horses? Yeah, we have got horses. Look. 5? 5 horses. That's a lot of horses to exercise. Might have to sell some of those. So I'm thinking it's a lovely, pretty spot. It's a nice little farm. Ranch. Should we do it? I can't remember my shoes actually. Yeah, look, this one here is 859,488 for the cow farm. I did think about that. It's a lot of money. I'm just looking at the forestry plots now. There's not a cheap one, is there? 233, 699, 402, 356. That one was the one we were on that we had to clear. 275. Yeah, there's not a little sliver somewhere. How much is that one? 358. That could be a bit of a problem. Mind you, that must have someone. Must have 45 grand. There's some trees there. and Palico is just there. That might not be a bad idea. We'll have to check that out and see what the trees are like there, just to get some pallets underway. But this plot anyway, plot 29, we get the field with it as well. 151 grand, 151,564 with 5 horses and a silo and everything else on it. We've got our own bit of land. We're a citizen and we own some property. This is ours. How cool is that? I'm very happy. Means I can bring my lease stuff and park it up. I'm going to keep an eye on contracts and things that are available and pick up bits here and there. I can go and get sand. That's the other thing as well. The agro-industrial cooperative out there, the sand that I had in my trailer, I went to take some more this morning, and the cement block factory is barely used any since yesterday. So the other thing I'm thinking of is at some point helping them out and getting the train. If I get the train and park that up, rent the train, and maybe load the train up with sand and send that off. Might take a little while. I'm just thinking maybe with conveyor belts, or I suppose if I went even bigger bucket wise, we're on 5,000 litres. If we get to some point where I could go for a bigger wheel loader and do 10,000 litre buckets at a time, we could load up one of the trains and send a train off with a load of sand in at some point. But I think what we'll do then, we'll get ourselves moved in. I can do this now. It's ours. Is there lighting in here? Don't know. Pretty cool though. It's weird because we're only on what, episode 7? But it feels like it's been such a long time getting to this point. It really has. I need the sun to come up a bit more. But again, November 2, I don't suppose it's going to be that great. Sleep trigger, nice. We'll do a bit of an explore. I can park my stuff up. It's just got an underground. It has, hasn't it? It has an undercroft. Not quite a dungeon, but you know. There's only one thing in metal, isn't there? I think so. I don't know. Oh, no, that's bales I dropped off. Let's have a look in here. You never know, you might find something lurking. What's in the field? Is that corn? Oh, we've got a cornfield that's growing. Yield bonus 98%. Fertilised 100%. That's a result. It's got some stones in it, but that's not too bad. So we've got a little bit of a cornfield. I could change that over to grass, I guess, once that's done. If we're going to feed the horses. I don't know, am I going to keep all 5? Like I say, it's a lot of horses to exercise. It doesn't take too long, but if you're doing all 5 every day, I suppose the other thing, if I didn't want to do horses at all, I could sell the horses, we could remove the building, we could demolish it and put something else on here. Don't know what though, or how straightforward that would be to do. Or should I just keep them? It's a ranch, it should be like this, shouldn't it, really? Do you reckon? I don't know. What are people's thoughts on that? I want to get rid of that as well. Can I load that onto the trailer I've got? We'll give it a go. We need to get some pallet forks. But anyway, let's bring our stuff across the river. Oh, man. The problem is with keeping stuff that I've leased, it was fine when I was selling, because I had that job to do for the authority, and I was selling earth, which was great. And like I said, as long as I can sell enough earth per hour to cover my lease costs, what I've got to make sure I do now is I do enough contract work, whatever it might be, that I cover the cost of leasing, because otherwise I'm keeping this. I don't actually have an income stream at the moment. I have nothing. Other than what I was doing for the authority. And I suppose the other thing to look at now is that unless I just do contracts, I don't have another way of earning any money. I suppose I could go around and do a bit of metal collecting. I could do that, do a bit of that for the authority, help clean up the town a bit. let's park this up. I'm not going to need this for the time being, but if we do any contract harvesting or something, maybe we will. If we move any sand, maybe we will. Or is that just an extravagance to keep hold of it? But then I don't want to have to keep leasing stuff. I guess I need to get to a point where I can buy one. They weren't too expensive, were they? Sorry, I'm just kind of I'm just trying to work out, because I didn't really have a lot of money. Actually, it's not, is it? 30,000 litre trailer for 17 grand. I can afford that, can't I? I'm thinking, why not? It makes sense to do it now. Swap it out and actually buy one. So I'm owning more of my own stuff. So I'm gradually swap out the stuff I've leased and buying it. Yep, I'm going to do that. Right, I'm going to take that back. Bring back my own trailer as well. So we've got our own property and our own trailer. And on the way out, that's what we'll do. Let's check on that little plot of land and see what forestry is on that. And we'll also, on the way through, check out the price of... I'm not going to do it in this episode, I don't think. We'll check out the trees on that land, not the price of the land. I know what the price of the land is, but the trees are... That's got quite the bump in it there. And then we'll come back, we'll check on the horses, because I don't know if they will have been exercised yet. They're going to need exercising. Is it this plot just here? Oh, it might be a bit hilly. Looks like it's got some weird random stuff on it. Or is it one a bit further along? I'm trying to think. No, it's the plot here, isn't it? It's between this track here. Oh yeah, it's all random weird stuff, isn't it? It's not really what I would say proper forestry. Oh yeah, that's not so good. Yeah, it's this little field here with some cotton in it. And these trees, I mean I could cut them down and we could get a bit of lumber, but with the what, 3 or 4 that will cut properly? I say properly. We're at the right place, aren't we? Yeah. I don't know. They'll be a bit fiddly, but we'll get a bit of lumber. I don't know if it's worth... I'll have to give that some thought. I just haven't got enough money to buy any of the other ones. I'm pretty sure all the plots that look like that are going to be kind of random trees, aren't they? Then it's not going to be... Yeah, we don't own that bit the other side of the river, so we don't own any trees on there. There's no real small plots, are there? Let's give that some thought. Right, let's go and swap out our trailer. I'll have a look and see what contracts are available as well. Maybe we'll pick up a contract. I'll return my trailer back to the farm. I keep saying farm. It's farm. Farm, ranch, yeah. I guess until we do some farming, it's got horses, it's a ranch. But anyway, I also went back with my trailer and grabbed some pallet forks. So whilst that is leased and this is leased and that's all leased, I own the forks. So I've bought a set of forks. We're going to load the bit of metal up, but also what I'm going to do is check on the horse situation, because I don't even know if we've got any feed or do they take straw bedding? I can't remember now. Straps off, do that. So I guess we need to check on them, don't we? Because I don't know. The other thing I want to do is get these bales, if I can, put under this cover. So get these put here maybe, out the way. Size bales aren't so bad, they're wraps, they're alright to stay out, but let's have a look then. Animals, health, food and straw. Yeah, nothing. That's a bit worrying. We could look in our menu, but where's the fun in that? Let's check on them. What are our horses called? Name, Jefferson. Jefferson. Shay. Oh, I see where this is going. Spartacus. Jefferson, Shay, Spartacus. Bolivar. I think we're going to have to rename the ranch. What was that one called? That's Jefferson again. Shay. Cromwell. They're all revolutionaries. We have to call this Revolution Ranch. What have I bought into? This is a bit worrying, isn't it? They are all going to need exercising, aren't they? Are they all clean now? Not quite. Now they're clean, they're going to need some exercising. But we are going to need... I'm going to have to buy some oats. And... We've got hay, haven't we? Let's just double check on here. What do we need? Hay, base food is oats, so some hay, oats, and straw. So I don't have any straw, I don't have any oats. Even if I bought a field of oats that's ready to harvest or need ready to harvest, I don't own a harvester, and the cost to lease a harvester makes more sense to start off with just buying some. I think that's probably the best option, assuming of course I'm going to keep them all. Yeah, I don't think there's any bales anywhere else, are there? No. Okay, now we know we're in trouble. There's a map. They've got a map made, a plan of the whole installation. Horses named after revolutionaries. Is there some kind of headquarters I've just purchased? I don't want any part of that. Dangerous. Oh, the rain's got to stop at some point. Oh, that's the thing I was to say. I've taken on the contract. It's sugar beet. Small equipment though. It's a trailed beet harvester, not a self-propelled, and but I need the rain to stop. Really, how are we looking weather-wise? Oh, by 10 it will stop. That's all right. 9 o'clock, rain. 10 o'clock, sunshine again. So I better get on with that. So I guess what I want to do first. Should I move the metal? I'll move the metal. I'm thinking as well that trailer. If I'm going to buy one, because that's leased, am I going to be better off now that we're expanding a little bit, getting a longer trailer that I can put this on and have space for putting stuff on? So if I go and get some bales of hay, straw, and I get some oats, that I can load this up and them all onto the trailer at the same time, otherwise I've got to come back without stuff on. And what one was this one? This is the 20-foot gooseneck. I might go for the 40-foot and buy it. You know what I'll do? Let's load up the metal first. I might go around a few places and grab some more metal. I'm just thinking cost-wise. I mean, it shouldn't be too expensive to buy some oats and some bales. If we do that sugar beet contract, there should be some beet left over. There usually is. Contract doesn't pay out a huge amount of money, but there might be a little bit left over, so we might make a little bit on that as well. And we'll chug away. We'll see if we can get another work. I'm seriously considering doing that thing with the train though. Loading the train up. As soon as we've got this. Let's increase our weight on the back. No. What do I want to do? Oh, whoa, that went a bit bonkers. That'll do. This trailer's way too short. I guess I think I could probably do with doing it at this point. If I fold that back up. Oh, this does not want to move. Yeah, so what I'll do, I think we'll go and we'll see what this comes out at. I think it's paying about 1,400, is it? 1,500 roughly for metal. And these are 8,000. Oh, it's 8 tons. It's 5,000. I couldn't work out why when I did this before I didn't get as much money as I thought. And I thought, I'm sure it was 8,000, but it's 8 tons, 5,000 litres. Oh no, it does fit on there almost perfectly, doesn't it? So I bought some back before on this. I'll probably get another one there. Yeah, I need a longer trailer. Definitely need a longer trailer. I'll sort that out. Let's get that taken. We'll take that along to... I can go into the city warehouse or I can go along the road. What factory was it? No, that's the last one, isn't it? So, metal and limestone factory. Actually, that's paying out more. 1517, export by train. Well, I've got at least a train. City warehouse. Go to metal and limestone factory. Let's take that. Actually, while we're here, it makes more sense while we're in here. Bales. Round bale straw, round bale. 9,000 litres. We're not going to need a huge amount, are we? How much is it? 1,290. Should we get a couple of those? 18,000 litres. That's going to be enough for bedding. That's probably going to be way more than I need. Let's buy those. And then if we've got the... I think we've got the Lort. Yes, we have. So, barley, chaff, maize, oats, oat pallet. 5,000 litres. 5 horses. It's 1,000 for a pallet. Let's get 2 pallets. At least we haven't got to worry then. We've got some hay bales left over from the baling contract, so hay won't be a problem. Okay, that's alright. We'll take this back, we'll grab a bigger trailer. Costs a day for buying, isn't it? Get my citizenship and go mad. And wait for the rain to stop, and we can, I suppose, yeah, while it's still raining, no reason I can't ride the horses. Revolution Ranch, I like the sound of that. It's got a kind of ring to it. Let's just hope the authorities don't cotton on. That's the sugar beet field we're harvesting. All the equipment's there, good to go. It needs to be topped first, then harvested and collected. And what should be a lot easier now is that because we collected all the dirt, we did all that work for the authority, we shouldn't have a problem getting up to the factory now either, because that can be a bit of a problem every now and again. I don't know what the limit is. I think we hit the limit for ore here at the factory, but well, I think did we bring any metal beams here? We didn't, did we? We took them up to the city warehouse. I'm sure that's what we did last time. So these should go over at the other end, shouldn't they? Oh, it says a load here as well, aren't there? For the plan coming on. See? Oh, it's over there. Oh, I keep forgetting it goes to the authority. I don't know what they just got for that. I can work it out though, can't I? Let's go back to our farm. What was it paying? Metal beams, metal and limestone factory, 1,517, 5,000 litres. Okay. I can work that out. We'll get the money back. I just have to submit a request, I guess. 7,585 is what I'm owed. I don't think I can do that. 7,500. We could round up or down. 7,600. Oh, what we could do is, if we do any other loads, we could round one up, one down, I guess, and then it kind of actually that works in their favour more than in my favour. But I'm just thinking, if we come back, if we bring the loader over, it's 4 there. I mean, we're just providing a service. I mean, that's what we're doing, the same as clearing the bins. That one was on our site, the other one we just bought, but 7,585, mustn't forget to do that. Put in my request for reimbursement. Right, let's go and exercise these horses. Oh no, trailer, that's what I was going to do next, wasn't I? thought I'd give these pallet forks a go at trying to move some of these bales, and they seem to work alright because they've got straps. I only have to get the forks just under the fronts, and the straps work. It's a happy medium, somewhere between using pallet forks and a bales bike and using the big bag handler. But it works. I mean, technically the forks were under it. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's alright. Like I say, it's only stupid if it doesn't work. And even then, it's not even stupid then, is it? I've always said that. I always say, you know, you do something and it could be genius. It's only stupid if it doesn't work. But it's not. I suppose it's that flip side of when I talk about making mistakes. And it's good to make mistakes because what you've done by making a mistake is learn another way not to do something. So, yeah, I guess it's not really, is it? You do it, you try it and think, oh, that didn't work. Not necessarily stupid, but you've learned something from it, I guess. Yeah, let's go with that. Just so I get the hay bales out of the rain, and then I'll exercise the horses. I think I'll get all them done. Like I say, it won't take too long. You can just go round in circles if you want to. It can make you a little bit dizzy. Like when I do silage clamps with a telehandler and just put it on full lock, you know, compacting them down. You can get a little bit dizzy. Or you can just go for a ride around the countryside. It's entirely up to you. I know there's mods on PC where you can exercise your horses, so you can have loads of them and it does it for you, but I'm old school, and the fact that I'm on console. So, right, that's that done. The authority just moved me my 7,000. Well, I did this 7.6. If I do any more, I'll, like I say, each load I'll do either round up, round down, and it'll balance itself out. We've got our 2 pallets of oats. We've got our 2 bales, and we've got our hay already here. So we'll get those in. I've got to be careful I don't put these into the silo by mistake. I don't really do horses very often, and not with these. Not with these buildings, so I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to be putting all this. Oh yeah, I've got my new trailer as well. This cost me 32 grand. 32 grand, 40-foot trailer. So what I should be able to do now is I can get the crawler loader on the back, or yeah, over the back, over the axles, and then put stuff on the front if I want to. And if I'm going to do more metal beams, I don't think I'll get 2 loads on there, but potentially I could get metal beams and the crawler loader on as well, maybe. I mean, that's going to be a possibility. But so what I need to do is, as far as I'm aware, where does everything go? I don't want to over. This is the only problem you've got, and I keep saying this. I preferred the FS19 way of doing this. If we go into our menu, because you've got on the other side total capacity, effectiveness, it tells you what the base. You used to just be able to fill those both up, fill up your base food, fill up your hay, and it didn't matter. I'm not sure if it does now. Actually, I don't know, because I know if I just put hay in there, my total capacity and effectiveness that'll fill up, and then if I've only got hay in there, I'm only 40% effective, so I need to balance both. But the problem I've got is I've only got 5 horses in there. I know that the pallets of oats are 5,000 litres and the bales are 9. Oh, these not on 9s. These are 3.5s, 4.5s. Can't lift those, can I? No. If I put too much of either one in, I could be in trouble here. Plus I need to get over and get on with the... I need to get that sugar beet done. Now the rain stopped as well. I was wondering, actually, do these open? No. I thought maybe these were put in hay. So I suppose what I've got to do is try. If I try with the bedding first, and I can use this for bales now. Probably shouldn't, but I know I can. I can always grab a bale spike for this at some point. I'll do that, let's nail that down a little bit. They do take straw, don't they? I'm not losing my mind here. Yeah, straw. I'll just drive around till I find it. So I'm pretty sure the feed... that'll do. Goes in round the other side. Mind you though, I don't want to drive over my crops if it is those side bits. Is it going there? It doesn't show anything. Oh, there we go. Right, straw's in. Brilliant. And then it goes there. So what I'll do is stack the straw up just here. I assume it all goes in the same place then. It's a bit bright around this side, I haven't got to worry. Right. Also means I can leave the pallets around here. So I've got to be so careful here now because I'm hoping it just takes it gradually and I can just back out with one of these pallets. So a little bit, goes that way a little bit. They were very kind to let me use the wheel loader up at the store. I mean, that's what it's there for. They load stuff up for you. So I didn't have to take this backwards and forwards, which made life a little bit easier. There, look at me, see, using pallet forks. That's interesting, it doesn't strap those down. Oh, no, it doesn't matter, that's right. So I'm going to need to get some oats in the ground or buy an oat field at some point, but I'm going to need a harvester, and that's all stuff. Now I've got my ranch. Oh, it's taking it. Woo! Good grief, that was quick. Okay, so base food, it didn't take a huge... Oh, this is going to take quite a lot, actually. Let's see how this is looking while we're doing that. I think we're going to be alright on this, aren't we? Base food is 60%. I need to keep an eye on that total capacity. But I think it's going to take that whole thing, isn't it? What we're looking at, top bar, left just less than 50%. We're alright, let's go and grab a hay bale. That should keep them going for a long time anyway. I'll grab a hay bale, put that in. I'll just move this other pallet, stack that up outside. I've got to be careful I don't put that into the trigger. So, yeah, and I'll see you over at the sugar beet field. We'll get on, let's get on with it, we'll get that started anyway. So what I've got to look at now, do I do the Palico thing? I don't have enough money Do I look at maybe, I'm thinking possibly if I do some more work for the agro-industrial, and maybe do that thing I said, rent the train, and see if I can work out a way of loading that train up with sand, selling a load of sand to make a bit more money, buying a plot of land, the plots, they're expensive, buying a plot of land that's got trees on it, because potentially any plot I buy that's got trees on, proper trees should I say, like ones that proper forestry trees, could have ore which I could sell, and do some pallets, and also then look at other options for livestock or for productions. If I start doing crops, maybe start buying up some other small fields, because we've got small fields out to the sort of north. These ones out here, I mean, these aren't too bad, but these are nice small ones that aren't going to be too expensive to start picking up. My plus is all these down here as well. Actually, how much are these? Yeah, 42 grand, 39 grand. So we can start picking up a few plots here and there, and then maybe look at getting ourselves some facilities in the town. Just trying to diversify a little bit, have a go at a few different things here and there. I also want to do a production because I want to see how it produces the rubbish, because obviously that's something on here a little bit different. And we have already been round and done all the bins, because that was part of our job as to get citizenship, was to do refuse collection, be a bin man, which I did. But I want to see how it works with the production chains. So yeah, we've got a whole load of stuff to do. I've just got to be so careful with this whole, like I say, have I purchased Revolution Ranch? Is this a headquarters? Am I involved now in something just by dint of the fact I own the land, I own the property? Are people going to start showing up here for meetings that I'm unaware of? Do I want to be part of that? Probably not. At least not at the moment. I might have a problem with the new trailer. The 20 foot was fine. That's 82 Studio. This 40 foot's a Mack Trucker 921 one. When I strapped it down, the loader, I went to drive away, the trailer kept flipping on its side. As soon as I undid the straps, it was fine. It hasn't moved since I undid the straps, but as soon as I did the straps up, every time I went to drive away, the trailer wanted to tip on its side. That's a concern moving forward. Anyway, I bought this all over because I thought what I'll do, I might go around and help them move that metal for them. They haven't got a loader up there, up at the factory, but we are by field 40. I've got topping to do. You can top and harvest as you go. Generally speaking, I tend to top first. I think the topper's wider than the harvester head. Plus you have to open out the harvester, which opens it out to the side over stuff you haven't topped. So generally speaking, I tend to top first. I say I don't know if you're supposed to. Don't know if that's the way to do it, but that's the way I've always done it. I'm looking forward to the new premium edition. I really am, for doing new potatoes, or not new potatoes, but the potatoes with the new way, using the I mean, it's referred to as the Grim. It's the Hiller, the machine for making ridge makers, ridges. They've got all different names, but I think Grim refer to them as Hillers. That's the name of it. But doing parsnips and carrots and using all that new equipment, I'm really looking forward to it. It's always good to get new crops in game, and I know we've had various different maps where modders have put in crops, extra crops. Generally speaking, those extra crops that get put in utilise machinery and equipment we already have in game. So we've got beet harvesters and potato harvesters, and people will often put extra crops in game but utilising those as just root crop harvesters. So you can do onions and carrots and things like that, but it will be using those bits of equipment. But it'd be nice having actual new pieces of equipment that are designed specifically for that task. That's, I think, what I'm probably looking forward to the most. So as it always is on here, And another reason why I absolutely love it on here, decisions. I've got a ton of decisions to make. It's that thing, you know, you kind of get to a point when you play that often, yes, you're repeating tasks, you're doing things you've done before, often on a different map, on different terrain, with different machinery, different equipment. It might be story driven, it might not be, you might just be playing for fun, you might be using real equipment, playing realistically, you might be playing unrealistically, you might be doing bonkers stuff, you might be doing fast farming. What I like about it on here as well is you've got so many more decisions. Again, looking at that concept of, oh, the door's open, look. Maybe I should do a bit of public service and close them. You don't want any riffraff coming in, like I did. But yeah, with all the various different things that are available on here, you've got other options other than just what you normally do, you know. And I like that. That's cool. Extra stuff is always good fun. So we now have our own property. We have our own trailer. We have our own. Well, we bought the pickup in the last episode. We've got, what else did I buy today? Well, we've got the horses, I suppose, as well. I don't like. So I'm not sure I'm going to keep all of them. I might keep. Oh, I might do. I don't know. It didn't take me that long to ride them. New trailer, pallet forks. We've spent a bit of money, so I need to make a little bit of money back. So, like I say, I'll look at some options. What we're going to do next to make a bit of money. We're doing this harvest. The harvest doesn't pay out that much, but we might have a bit of sugar beet left over. In which case, we'll sell that. I won't keep the sugar beet, I don't think. I don't need it for anything in particular, so we'll probably just sell it. We'll sell it to the highest bidder. And with that, we've come to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're still enjoying it. I know there's been a bit of a gap between the last episode and this one. Apologies for that. There's been all sorts of stuff going on, loads of stuff coming out, but it's the way it is. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.